Welcome back, Heart of Christ Ministry. I am Reverend Sean Robert Grant. And what you just saw there is, I feel like I'm a new man. It's been a minute, but that put me out of breath a little bit for a second. Anyway, lots to talk about. Don't even know if I'll get it in all the way here because this is a message that I wanted to share that is epic in every sense of the word, right? So, yeah, a lot of stuff is happening. A lot of stuff it's been busy, but at the same time, life is good as always, making it work, but making it work in the most wonderfully exponential way possible. So let's get to some business first before we get started. Well, yeah, you like my dance moves, huh? Can't wait to see it on the playback. All right. First things first, guys, if you have anything you want to write to us here at Heart of Christ Ministry, send me an email. If we are friends on Facebook, in real life, you have my number. Send me a text, prayer requests. Seen a lot of prayer requests on Facebook. If you have any type of prayer request, look, I've learned how to pray. I've learned how to pray effectively. I can show you how to pray effectively, but I can pray for you, whatever it is, because every little bit helps and counts in that regard. So, and even if you just want to shout out the ministry, send me an email. We'd love to hear from you. All right. Any questions, anything? SeanG04@gmail.com. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And moving on from there, try to make this message as quick as we can today. So if you feel like this ministry has benefited you in any sort of way, directly or indirectly, and you have just become a greater version of yourself, I don't want to say better, but you've realized a greater potential of yourself, feel free to donate to this ministry. We thank you in advance. VENMO, Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, SeanG04@gmail.com. Thank you very much in advance. You're appreciated. You're loved regardless. And I tell you what, if you do wind up donating, I'm going to reward you here with what we call an Endless Prosperity Pack. And all that is a package of videos from the past that dive into the very nature of what it means to prosper, not only as it relates to money, but in every area of your life. It's amazing. I've gone through it a few times and it's changed my life, and I know it will change yours. So thank you in advance. If you decide to hook us up, remember, Venmo, Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, SeanG04@gmail.com. Thank you. And today, let's move right into it, guys. Heart of Christ Ministry 2021, the faith that inevitably leads to success and fulfillment, okay? And this is a powerful message, all right? This is powerful, and the reason why it's powerful is because it is the starting point, right? And so the interesting thing is I've learned this a number of times. I've learned it, I had it, I forgot it. I've learned it, I've had it, I forgot it. Not necessarily forgotten it, but what has happened is I've lost sight of it. But something unfolded. So I've been doing basically coming up on the 30th day, 30 days straight, sensory deprivation, the float tank at Flotation, Float 8 in Fort Lauderdale. If you're in that area, there's another one in Deerfield Beach, and they're opening one in Delray, Florida, if you're in South Florida. But anyway, even if you're in LA, there's a float lab, which is $40 for 2 hours. You can sit in a saltwater float tank. And I'm telling you, I can't begin to speak about the endless benefits you get from doing this mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. But I want you to look it up, and I want you to experience this for yourself. I've done this. It's going to be 30 days straight, I think, today or tomorrow, something like that. I'm keeping track of them. But anyhow, the results are endless. It's such a journey. But what it did is it really brought me back to this message today. Okay. And this message, the faith that inevitably leads to success and fulfillment. You know what inevitably is? Without question, without chance of failure. Okay. And what is that faith? That faith is very simple. It's just like this. I don't even have any bullet points today. I'm just going to share it with you, and I want you to keep it close to your heart. I even posted a video about it on my Instagram. So I am Sean Grant. Go check that out as well. But all this comes down to is, and if you're in the Bible, Matthew 6:33, and what Jesus says is, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Don't forget that. And all these things will be added unto you. Okay. So here is the truth, at least my truth about life that I feel as a modern day mystic that the divine has shared with me. God has to be first. Okay. And let me tell you something real quick here. It's not because God is selfish. It's not because there's some old man in the sky that needs you to tickle his balls or anything like that. No. It's because God, Spirit, the divine, love, universe, knows that if you place this benevolent force first, everything in your life is going to align to the very nature of itself, which means what? Harmony, joy, abundance, happiness, success, fulfillment. And it comes easy. Okay. So I'll give you a bit of backstory. Everything that I've ever done to get fulfillment out of that thing has either failed or only given me a little bit of success to where after I do it, I'm just kind of wondering, oh, what's going on? Why isn't this making me as happy as I thought it should be? Right? It never fails. Because here's the thing. When you place your sense of fulfillment and success into things, into places, into people, into events, you will fail. And not even in the sense of not doing it successfully, you will fail because guess what? That thing or that person, it can't sustain you. You know why marriages fall apart? Because people put, not just marriages, relationships, they put their sense of fulfillment into another person. Do you know how difficult that is for a person to make another person happy? It can't happen. It's backwards, right? You need to be going into a relationship knowing that you are already fulfilled. Why? Because you seek God, you seek its presence, and you embody it. And you know what you say? God in me is my fulfillment. God in me is my success. God in me is my everything. And you rely on that. And then you go out into the world and you know what everything else becomes? Bonus, right? It becomes a bonus. And so here's the thing. Right? It becomes a bonus because you are already fulfilled. The truth of the matter is God has already given everyone the essence, the substance, the power. I call it the divine bounty and trust to be as successful as they choose to be, to have as much money as they choose, to live where they want to live, to have the body that they want, to have the mind that they want, to have the spirituality that they want. All of that energy has been put in you since the beginning of time because you're just an expression of God. You're an expression of love, right? And here's the thing. So, I'd been speaking about this and some people ask, well, I'm not really religious. I was like, well, neither am I, right? So you're not coming to God as a person. You're not coming to God as an individual. You're coming to God as an all-encompassing, universal, loving energy. That is, it's like plugging your cell phone in, right? Your cell phone gets low, starts to kind of not really work as well or anything like that, but you plug it in and it gets battery. It can even reset its capabilities, which is an update if you have an iPhone, when it's plugged in. The same goes for us. Same goes for us. When we decide that the first thing we're going to do is act on faith and put our faith in the God self, the God force, right? Once again, not some old man in the sky hitting people with lightning bolts as they mess up, making them feel guilty about themselves. No, a benevolent, kind, loving, dynamic, omniscient, omnipresent energy that desires, according to Psalm 37, desires to give us the goodness of our hearts, right? Delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. Plain and simple, right? So, like I said, I didn't want to make this message long because I wanted to drive this point home, and I wanted to share this with you. If there is any area of your life, okay, that you're struggling with, any area of your life that you're struggling with, and I guarantee you, I'm giving you the keys to life right now. If you are struggling in any area of your life, you know what you've done? You're putting your sense of fulfillment in that thing, right? I could never figure money out until I said, you know what? I don't need money to be fulfilled. I can enjoy it, and God will give me the opportunity to enjoy it, but I don't need money to be fulfilled, right? Same with acting. I could never be as successful or as fulfilled as I wanted to be until I said, God, you are my fulfillment, right? I don't need some role to come in to make me happy today because you, I'm pointing up, but I mean, you are my fulfillment. Only you. If nothing happened today, 5 years, 10 years, I can be happy and excited because God in me is my fulfillment, right? And guess what? It's one of my favorite quotes from Bob Marley. Needing nothing attracts everything. The moment I do that, all of a sudden, here comes money. The moment I do that, the moment I step in faith and make God my fulfillment, all of a sudden, here comes somebody asking me to be in their film and not even audition. Or here comes an opportunity to do a commercial, right? And the difference is when I place my faith, my trust in my fulfillment, in the God force, in the God energy, I'm no longer attached to something turning out a certain way, right? So I'll share something with you. A couple weeks back, I had been shortlisted to be in a Netflix film that was shooting around here. And it was so exciting. I'm like, wow, I'm going to be on Netflix come Christmas time. And it's going to be amazing. And, you know, literally what shortlisted means that they had me handpicked to just give me the role, right? Had the contract track ready, but it didn't work out. It fell through, right? So guess what? If my sense of fulfillment and how I felt was rooted in that, that would have tore me up. It would have tore me apart. But the truth of the matter is it was not under any stretch. I would have enjoyed it, right? But at the same time, anytime something comes up, it's like, Father, help me remember that you are my fulfillment. Not what happens outside of me, but what happens in my heart. And that is the embodiment and connection to you and the understanding that you are my success and my fulfillment. And it takes all the pressure off. And I can just go about my day, you know, watching these marvelous things happen, not being attached to them, okay, but able to enjoy them. Goes again with approval. All of a sudden, I don't need anything from anybody to be or feel a certain way. When I learned that, I experienced total freedom, peace, and ease, which is what my soul, two of the things my soul strives after, right? So when I didn't need people to act a certain way, the level of peace that was born, not peace, because peace comes from within, but the level of enjoyment that came out of life when I know I'm not walking on eggshells because my wife has to behave a certain way, or the people who in my building have to behave a certain way, or my family has to behave a certain way. You know how crazy that is and how bad that turns your insides. Like you get sick, right? But when you place the faith and you focus on God, all you need to do is focus on God or LOVE, in silence and just sit there, and the very thing that I'm telling you what's happened to me is going to happen to you, and you just stick with it, and you be patient about it, and you just let it create that understanding in you that says, I don't have a goddamn thing going on, but I can be happy and excited about what is unfolding in my life, whether that just be the trees, my pets, right? My breathing, because I know God in me is my fulfillment. God in me is my success. God in me is my wealth. And this is a big one, okay? So I really wanted to touch on this, and I'm going to get going here in a bit, because this is a prosperity ministry. You know, a lot of times why we don't have the kind of money that comes that God promises to us. You want to know why? Okay, I'm going to tell you. Because we are seeking fulfillment in the money itself, right? I was looking at my Instagram stories, and I hardly ever do that. I just post on them. I was looking at my Instagram stories, and I saw something come up, and this guy was like, you know, once I have this, once I have that, and I get like such and such $1 billion in the bank, everybody's going to be right. But then it's like, wait a minute, why does that have to happen before you decide that you're right and your family's right? Like, it's a conscious, a mental decision to understand, okay, we are right now. Why? Because God has given us everything, right? But he wants us to tap into it first before it can manifest outside. So getting back to my point before I get sidetracked, I will never, and I say I, and I mean, I will never succeed and be fulfilled with money. And let me explain to you what that means. You can have a shitload of money and be absolutely broke in your mentality. When I say success and fulfillment with money, it means I have peace around my money. It means I have wisdom. It means I have independence. It means that I make the most resonant decisions with my heart whenever I use to circulate my money, right? That's success and fulfillment with money, not just having a lot of it. Right? But if I place my fulfillment into money itself, I'm never going to be successful. Right? I'm never going to be successful. Before I even started doing this whole ministry, I had to put my faith and my sense of fulfillment in God. Why? Because there were times where 0 people would watch. But you know what? My faith and fulfillment wasn't in the amount of viewers. It was in the amount of people that got impacted who actually did watch it, right? So I can walk away scot-free, still smiling, right? And instead of small amounts being given to the ministry, somebody will come along and donate a big lump sum, right? Why? Because God is my fulfillment, and I'm not rooted in the things outside of me. I'm not rooted in money. I'm not finding myself trying to get happiness out of money, because I'm telling you, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, right? It doesn't work. It feels good, definitely. And it can help you to enjoy more of your life, but you'll never find the peace, happiness, and joy that you really want in money or any other thing. You'll only find it within God, within source. And that lies in here. And you just got to take the time to seek it first and sit with it and allow it to resonate through your entire being. That's going to lead to an inevitable amount of happiness, right? Plain and simple. That's all you got to remember. Faith in God, faith, seeking God. Always, not even at just the beginning of the day, but right now when you got time, take a few minutes, sit down, just focus on God, right? Just focus on that energy. That's all you got to do, right? And when you do that, it takes your need for fulfillment out of things, places, people, experiences. You no longer need people to act a certain way, right? You don't get disgusted because some event happens and all of a sudden you want to be in control and you want it to happen a certain way. You say, you know what? God in me is my fulfillment. This happened the way that it was supposed to happen. I can move on. I can still be happy, right? Life-changing. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to continue to expand on this topic, but I want you to watch this video a couple times and bookmark some of the points that make the most sense. But all you got to remember, seek God within and have faith, right? Just have faith in that. Release the need to find fulfillment in anything else. Find it in God. All right. Oh, am I going to end with a dance? Absolutely not. Okay, here we go. So thank you so much. That wraps up today's message. Yes, sir and ma'am. If you have any questions, any prayer requests, any feedback, anything, write to us, SeanG04@gmail.com. We'll get to it as soon as you possibly can. I'm off to the float lab in just a bit, so you better be fast. But thank you for inquiring and writing to us. So happy that whenever you guys reach out and communicate, it's really quite fun. Okay. So then from there, if you feel like this message or any of the 60 other messages have benefited you in any sort of way, directly or indirectly, and you want to sow a seed today, sow a seed into this ministry. I'm telling you, we're growing, baby, and we getting more expansive as the moment passes. And I'm telling you, get in on the ground floor, right? So if it's in your heart and you feel the need to do it, I thank you in advance. VENMO, Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, SeanG04@gmail.com. And then if you do sow that seed, here's what I'm going to do for y'all. I'm going to give you the Endless Prosperity Pack. And you know what the Endless Prosperity Pack is? The Endless Prosperity Pack is a package of videos that dive into the truth about money and consciousness and all those things that'll keep you moving towards and experiencing financial freedom. So it's worth it. Like, just imagine you give $10, you can get something that's probably worth about $5,000. I can tell you as far as wisdom goes, you know what I'm saying? So think about it. If it feels good, go for it. If not, it's still wonderful, right? And with that being said, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful hump day, Wednesday. We will talk soon. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, click the wrong one. It's been a while. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day. This is the one I meant to click.
Every dream begins with a vision that sees everything before anyone else ever can, a vision that ignites the endless power to make